All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick little video explanation of your homework just to make sure you're on the right track. I won't have the answers to all of them, but just making sure you're starting the problem correctly. So you need to kind of remember, and it's not on here, this right here. Sorry, one more step. There you go. Our order of operation, this one we did GEM-DOS. Okay, G is for grouping, E exponent second. Then multiplying, dividing, whatever comes first, going left to right, and then addition and subtraction. All right, so on your homework here, like I said, I'm just going to go over a couple of them. On the first three, there's no grouping, so you just have to check for step 2 is exponent. We don't have that. So then we go multiplying, dividing, and we do it based on what we see first when we read it left to right. So hopefully you recognize that you had to do that 5 times 4 first, rewrite the expression, get the following, okay, and then you should be able to do your division here. It's not showing. Doing the division right here first, so this actually turns into 17 minus 10, which means our answer is 7. Okay. Now on number 2 here, hopefully recognize, do the division first. This would be our new expression, our new sentence to work out. Just rewrite everything left to right. And then we would need to recognize to do the multiplication here. So see if you can finish this one. Okay. Now when you get to 3, you do have an exponent. I don't think I have this written. Nope, I don't. So you would need to do this exponent first. Get 35 minus 14 divided by 2 plus 64. And then grading from left to right, you would need to do the division next. Okay. This number is a number close to 100. Sorry. Oops. I didn't mean for that to pop up. Now on number 4, now we have our grouping situation. So we need to do this grouping first. And then we got an exponent. So this gets simplified to negative 3 squared minus 6 times 7 plus 2. And then hopefully you recognize from there, our next step would be this exponent, which I don't think it's showing, but it's right here. There you go. Which will make that positive 9 minus 6 times 7, then plus 20. So let's see if you can finish this from here. Okay, you should get an integer answer. Now when we get to 5 through 8, we have grouping symbols. I definitely want to talk about 5 because I saw this error a lot today in class. If a number is in front of the grouping, so the 2 is in front of the grouping, which is our bracket here, that is indicating multiplication. Okay, we have to see, we can't add or subtract. We have to actually see that operation in between. So inside this group, I'm going to do what's in the parentheses first, which 3 squared would give me 9, and then I'm going to add that. So really what I have, I keep that 2 in front of the bracket, and inside I have 18 minus 14, and then divided by 7. And then inside this bracket, I'm doing the division first. So when I do that, keep the 2 in front of the bracket. We have 18 minus 2, which turns into 16. So I have 2 parentheses 16 or 2 bracket 16. This is showing multiplication, which means the final answer is 32. Okay. So for number 6, because we have brackets again, sorry, we need to do, and then we also have this exponent of 3 outside the bracket. So we need to do everything inside this bracket first. This negative 5 and plus 1 is going to turn this into a negative 4 here, divided by 2. So I'm just going to write it. So negative 4 is getting divided by 2 inside the bracket, raised to the 3rd power, minus the absolute value of 7. This is a bracket. grouping symbol. This is also the absolute value, also is a grouping symbol. So I have -2 is going to get raised to the power of 3. And the absolute value of -7 is just 7. This is showing subtraction. If I have a sign between two grouping symbols, that's showing subtraction. All right, so this, when I take that -2 to the third power, turns into -8 minus 7. You should end up with -15 here. Okay, so try to see if you can do number 7. Then when we get to 8 and on, now we have fractions. Okay, this is a fraction bar. Remember we talked about do everything on the top first together and then everything on the bottom together. So do my grouping first. So this is saying 6 parentheses 6 or 6 times 6. Then -1 is on top. Okay, and then on the bottom here, I would have to do that multiplication. So that's 6 plus 7 on the bottom. When we simplify this, let's just we get 36 minus 7 over, I put 6 plus, that looks like a 7. It should be 1, sorry. 6 plus 1, which turns into 7. Jumped the gun. All right, so simplify this. This is a 1, 2, guys. Hopefully you see that. It looks like a 7, but it's a 1. This ends up being 35 over 7, which reduces to 5. Okay. So try to do number 9 and number 10. 11 will be a fraction answer, so try that. Oh, on 12, I want to talk about that same thing. Just like when we had a 2 in front on number 5, this is a negative sign in front of the grouping of the absolute value -16. It's like saying absolute value of -16 is 16, but then I have that negative sign right here, so I'll make that a -16. We're going to divide by the fraction. When I simplify the top here, we have 9 minus 4, and the bottom, 10 minus 5, is a -5. Well, 9 minus 4 can be simplified, so I really have -16 divided by 5 over -5. Well, 5 over -5, this can be reduced to a -1. I'm just going to rewrite -16 divided by a -1 turns into a +16. All right, so there's a quick little video explanation. Make sure you come to class if you didn't understand something that I went over, or if you're not too sure of a problem you had to finish, be ready to ask questions. We are still going to practice this, okay? And then we'll get into the back as well. So this is not due for actual accuracy grade until like Thursday. All right, so thank you for taking care of your business. Let's create some good habits this year.